Long ago, in the heart of a lush Indian forest, a diverse community of animals lived together. But their peaceful existence was shattered by the presence of a fierce and mighty lion. Every day, the forest would echo with his terrifying roar, a sound that sent shivers down the spine of every creature, big and small. The lion was the undisputed king, but his rule was one of fear. He hunted relentlessly, not just for food, but for sport, and the animals lived in constant dread. The once vibrant and joyful forest became a place of hiding and whispers. One evening, as the sun began to set, the animals gathered secretly under the shade of an ancient banyan tree. A graceful deer, her eyes wide with worry, spoke first. "Friends," she whispered, her voice trembling, "we can't continue to live like this. We never know who will be next." A nimble monkey, perched on a branch, chattered in a... "She's right. Do something. The lion will eventually go extinction." Of the group, wise old tortoise, who had seen many seasons come and go, spoke slowly but firmly. "Fear will save us. We must be brave and find a clever way to protect our families' home." Filled with quiet courage, sparked a glimmer of hope in the terrified animals. They knew he was right. To face the lion, not but with a plan. So, came to a collective plan. Approach the lion and make him an offer. The next, a delegation of the brave animals, led by the leader, cautiously made their way to the lion's den. Standing at a distance, the deer called out, "O lion, mighty of this forest, come to you with a proposal. Please." The lion nudged his golden mane in the morning light, and he let out a low growl of impatience. "Quickly," he commanded. The deer took a breath. "Instead of you having to hunt me, we will give one animal to you every single day. You will not have to tire, and we will not live in fear." Considered this. His meals delivered without was appealing. "Very well," he roared, his voice booming through the trees. "I accept your offer. But if you fail to keep your promise, if even one day does not appear, I will return to my old ways, hunt you all down with mercy." And so the grim arrangement began. Each day, lots were drawn, and one animal would say its final goodbyes and make the lonely journey to the lion's den. The forest was no longer the terror of the hunt, but a heavy sadness hung in the air. Weeks passed. Animals sacrificed themselves for the sake of the community. Then, one fateful night, the lot fell to a small, clever rabbit. The other animals looked at him with pity, but the rabbit's mind was already racing. He knew that brute strength was no match for the lion, but he also knew that he possessed something the lion did not: a sharp and cunning intellect. He had a plan. Instead of hopping quickly to his doom, the rabbit took his time. He ambled slowly through the forest, nibbled on some sweet grass, and even took a short nap. He made sure to arrive at the lion's den long after the sun had reached its peak in the sky. The lion, whose stomach was rumbling with hunger, was pacing back and forth in a furious rage. He had been waiting for hours, and his patience had worn thin. When he finally saw the tiny rabbit approaching, he let out a thunderous roar. "You insignificant creature! How dare you make me wait? Why are you so late? I am the king, and I am hungry." The rabbit, feigning terror, bowed low before the furious lion. "Forgive me, O mighty king," he squeaked, his voice trembling. "It is not my fault. On my way here, I was stopped by another lion. He was even bigger and fiercer than you. He declared that he was the new king of this forest and that I was his meal, not yours." The rabbit peeked up at the lion, watching his reaction carefully. "I told him about our agreement with you, my true king, but he just laughed and ordered me to bring you to him." The lion's pride was wounded. The very idea of another lion in his territory, challenging his authority, filled him with uncontrollable rage. "Another king? Impossible!" he roared, his voice shaking the very ground. "There is only one king of this forest, and that is me. Where is this impostor? Take me to him at once. I will show him who the true ruler is." This was exactly what the clever rabbit had been hoping for. "Of course, Your Majesty," the rabbit said, bowing again. "He is very powerful and is hiding in his fortress. Follow me, and I will lead you right to him." The rabbit then led the enraged lion on a long, winding path through the deepest part of the forest. Finally, they arrived at a large, deep well, its stone walls covered in moss. "He is down there, mighty lion," the rabbit whispered, pointing a paw into the dark opening. "He is hiding in his watery castle." The foolish lion, blinded by his anger and arrogance, stomped to the edge of the well and peered inside. In the still water below, he saw his own reflection. A powerful lion with a furious expression, staring right back at him. Mistaking his own image for his rival, he let out a mighty roar that echoed down into the well. "Come out and fight me, you coward!" The reflection, of course, roared back silently. This was the final insult. Convinced that the other lion was mocking him, the foolish king gathered all his strength and, with a final, earth-shattering roar, leapt into the well to attack his enemy. There was a loud splash, and then silence. The lion, unable to climb the slippery stone walls, was trapped. The forest was finally free from his tyranny. The clever rabbit didn't wait around. He scampered back as fast as his legs could carry him to where the other animals were waiting anxiously. When they saw him approaching, a hush fell over the crowd. "The lion is gone," the rabbit announced with a joyful smile. "We are safe at last." A wave of relief and celebration washed over the animals. Cheers erupted through the forest, a sound of pure happiness that had not been heard in a very long time. They danced and hugged, celebrating the little rabbit who had saved them all, not with claws or teeth, but with his quick thinking. From that day on, peace and joy returned to the forest. The animals lived without fear, their lives a testament to the day's great lesson. And so, they all learned a valuable moral that day, one that they would pass down for generations to come. True power does not always come from size or strength. Sometimes, the greatest weapon of all is a sharp and clever mind. Wisdom, they discovered, is more powerful than brute force.